Hi. Uh, Hi everyone. All right then. And we are back again on orthodontics on a very engaging and interesting session, a masterclass on charcoal sketching or charcoal shading. No one, just give me 1 minute. We have Dr. Preeti Nair. Dr. Preeti, you can send me a request so that I can get you in. Yeah, okay. So let her come on board. Till then, I can just. Hey, hi, Preeti.
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, Vijay. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, Aditya. It's so nice to see you, Aditya. Yeah, so I was just telling people that today we are going to have a very interesting and engaging session on charcoal shading. And here we have this pretty young, dynamic Dr. Preeti Nair, who's going to kind of give us insights about how to go ahead with the charcoal sketching. So, Dr. Preeti Nair, just to give a very brief introduction of Dr. Preeti, she passed her BDS, that is Basic Dentistry, from Devna Dental College. But she is a very talented, a multi-talented dentist. She has, already made her mark with her charcoal artworks. Awesome, awesome. Hi, painted on the so I guess that is Dr. Kalpesh. Hi, Dr. Kalpesh. Yeah. Hi, Little John. I'm sorry I'm calling you by the names that I again here. Hi, Ameya. Yeah. So, Preeti, tell me, how are we going to go take this session ahead?
So today we are just going to discuss about how to use this medium, this charcoal medium. What are the basic techniques, and not into very depth of how to make a very realistic, but how to use these materials.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start about what are the different materials that are required to do a charcoal painting.
Right.
There are different brands available. You can take any brand. There's no hard and fast rule about it. The one that I use is by Creta Colors.
Okay.
Okay. So they have a wide range of materials in charcoal, along with all the supplementary things that are required for blending and shading and everything else. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So just like your graphite pencils, we have our charcoal pencils available.
Okay.
They also come in different materials. Like even though it's charcoal, there's hard, soft, and medium available according to
Okay.
the value system that you want to go ahead. Then we have your. So one thing about charcoal is that you cannot use your normal eraser in it. That you use your graphite. You can, but it's not going to help a lot with it. So we have something called as a
And
needle eraser.
it might smudge as well, right?
Yes, that's another thing with charcoal. It gets messy a lot. So yeah, so there is something called as a kneaded eraser.
Right.
Helps with you to erase a very soft, give you a very soft texture. But if you want to go for to give highlights and to make it very realistic, then there's something called as mono erasers. Okay,
Okay.
so these are
Okay. Let
like
me
your
keep holding it, Preeti, and let me just turn off the commenting for a while so that it is clear. Okay. Okay.
yeah. So it's just like a mechanical pencil, but instead of a pencil, it's an eraser.
Okay.
So
So
this
that's
gives
from
a
which
very,
company?
this is from Tombow. It's a Korean-based company,
Okay.
but there are different companies again available for that. And again, one of the very important thing in charcoal sketching is your blending. Since it is gets smudged easily, it is also helpful to make it more smoother also.
Right.
So we have your paper stumps,
Right.
which is a very useful material. Okay, these are basically pressed paper. So you can make it at home also. You just have to roll your sheets of paper and there you have your paper stumps available.
Right.
Okay. So shall we get into it?
Yes, please. So
Or
I hope people have already gotten insight onto what materials and what all has to be used. Hi, Hiril. Yeah. Oh. And which, by the time you adjust the camera, probably you can answer. You can keep adjusting your camera. That's not a problem. Which paper do we use for charcoal works normally?
so it's always preferred to use a very thick GSM paper, but
Okay.
I actually like it to be as smooth as possible. A lot of people won't agree with me, but this is my preference. Ma'am, just let me know if it's okay.
Yeah, it's my. Let me just. Yeah, it's okay. If you could, that's fine. Perfect. This is just perfect. Yeah.
On. Okay. So yes, you can use anything that is above 100 to 200 GSM. Uh,
It
they
could
say
come.
that
I'm sorry, Preeti. It could come a bit to your left. I guess that's your left. Focus it a bit more. Ha. Yes. Yes. Now we are in the center. Perfect.
all right. So anything from 100 to 200 GSM is okay. A
Uh-huh.
little roughness is required
Mm-hmm.
because then it is easier to bring out the toothiness and the textures in the paper.
Right. Right.
So right now I've just taken a basic drawing of a flower. I've
Mm-hmm.
just used your normal graphite pencil to make the outline. Now, one of the things that you have to see is that you do not make a very dark outline with a graphite because your charcoal is not going to get colored on the graphite.
Right.
So you can make a very soft outline with it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I have my reference picture here.
Mm-hmm.
And what you can see in this picture is the center object is highlighted, whereas the background is all dark. Uh, so
So the
if
negative
you have,
space is dark.
yes, exactly. That's what I wanted to get into, the negative space. So the more the object, uh, when the object is lighter and when the background is darker, at such places, it's very, a charcoal sketch actually looks very good because with the charcoal, you get the darkness to it. With graphite, sometimes what happens is because of the shine and the sheen, you don't get the amount of depth with that.
Right. Right.
And as you can see, the source of light is directly from the top. It's not from the sides. So you can't make the shadows out in it.
Right.
Okay. So I have a condensed form of charcoal here in my hand. You can use your charcoal pencils, normal charcoal pencils also, but it might take a little longer time.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm just going to start with just making the background dark.
Okay. So for a while, I'm again going to turn off the commenting so that everyone can see your paper properly.
So
We're
here
having a
I've
little
just,
network issue on.
okay. So here I've just put the condensed charcoal. I have not spread it or anything. I'm just going to take a normal tissue with the help of which that I can spread it.
Uh-huh. So these are those Camlin charcoal stumps that you get, right?
Yes, yes, exactly.
So there's little, I guess, a bit of network issue from your side. Your picture pixelating a bit.
Okay. this should solve it, hopefully.
Yeah, yes, yes. Much better now.
All right. So if you see, a little charcoal has come onto my object. So here
Right.
is where your kneaded eraser comes into picture.
Hmm. So no masking ink, masking fluid is useful in this case, right?
No, not necessary, not at all.
Hmm.
So another thing that what helped me to make into a realistic image is understanding that the objects that are in front of you is going to be more sharp, and the objects that are behind are going to be a little more blurred.
Correct.
So this particular petal is going to be more sharp than the adjacent one. And how do I make the petal that is behind a little
Hmm.
softer is by making the edges of this petal blur into the background.
Beautiful.
And that I'm going to do with the help of these brushes.
Hmm. With the help of the stump, you are doing it, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm. So there are different sizes of stumps that you get, isn't it?
Yes, right. There's a lot of sizes available for a broad image where you have to do it. You can use a very thick size like this one that I have.
Hmm.
And then as you
Yeah.
go into a lot of thinner spaces, you have much smaller ones and thinner ones.
Hmm. So when we were having a discussion, we thought we were kind of contemplating. Remember, Preeti, that what should we do, whether an eye or a flower? So finally, we
Yes,
decided on the flower because that everybody can do. So when
exactly.
you
Correct.
talk about portrait painting, portrait only portrait artists do portrait paintings.
Yes,
So
yes,
at
yes,
least we thought we'll be able to help more people in the bargain this way.
yes. And I think what we are doing right now, this is going to help anyone who would like to start up a charcoal painting, because these are the basic steps. Even if you want to go ahead with a portrait, these are the same basic rules
Yeah,
or the tips and tricks that you can apply.
yeah. This is the basic ABCD.
Yes.
Because
So I'm going to
when
make,
it comes to
yes,
charcoal, the text, the value and the shading, that is something which is most important because you do not have the play of colors out here.
exactly, exactly. And I think a lot of help actually came from dentistry to understand what is value and use system and the saturation. So I think
True.
my art involves a lot of dentistry rather than my dentistry involving a lot of art.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is always like that, I feel, because as dentists, we are so such, we have an eye for detail basically, more than anything else.
So,
So with that same
uh,
stump, you are now outlining the flower, right?
yes, yes. Uh, it is going to pick up a lot of the pigments of the charcoal, so you don't have to constantly use your charcoal pencils.
Okay. And how do
Uh,
you clean the stump thereafter? Or you don't?
you can use a sandpaper and just scrub it on it so that
Okay.
the pigments that are stuck they get erased off.
Huh.
And here I have a normal brush that I use for
Uh-huh.
blending. It's very useful if you want to make a very seamless shading. So right now, if I want to make this more seamless, you can even see the sharpness over here, so that I can
Yes.
actually blend it to the
Oh,
background.
yeah. Creating soft edges out there.
Exactly, yes. This will bring out the feeling that it is not into focus.
Beautiful.
Charcoal is getting smudged off constantly. So to prevent this from happening, you can always keep a sheet of tissue or a paper down, and then you can place your hand on top so that you do not disturb the rest of the
True.
paper.
Yes. Yes. Lovely. Hi, Hima. So
And
Preeti, you are pixelating once again. It's slight pixelation. Though we can make out what you're doing, but there is slight pixelation. Yes. Yeah, we are back. So the basic difference between charcoal and graphite is that the charcoal is a loosely bound material, isn't it? And graphite
yes,
is tightly packed material.
yes, right, absolutely.
And
So after,
see, it doesn't
yeah,
matter which medium you are using, but then everybody, whoever is using whichever medium, swears by that medium. So you just have to do what you are comfortable with.
yes, absolutely. So now we are just
Maybe the
giving the
audience will be able
basics.
to tell me uh, whether there is pixelation, either the network issue happening from my side or there is pixelation on Preeti's side. Can't make out. Okay, could somebody comment in the comment box? Hello, Pravina. Could you tell me, Pravina, if there's pixelation on Dr. Preeti's side? Hey, Dr. Deepak. Hi. So nice to see you. Yeah, so Preeti, and we have little network issues on your side, I guess.
Okay, all right. I'll just switch to my data then. It is on Wi-Fi.
Okay. Yes, because we're having slight issue out here. Yeah. Maybe we'll have to wait till, yes, Pravina. There's some issue out there. So I guess she will join back. Let me see. Yeah, there she is. So whenever there's this network issue, we always have this problem. Yeah, perfect. This is just perfect. Because we are doing such beautiful work, I don't want it to be messed up due to the network issues.
Oh, okay. I didn't do anything much. I was just putting in the background color.
Hey, Nikhil, hi. Hi, Hiral. Thanks for your feedback. So if you all have any questions to be asked, please let us know. I can ask that to Preeti and she can answer it for us. One more thumb rule by the time Preeti is doing her work. One more thumb rule of charcoal painting or drawing, sketching rather, is that You have to start from top to bottom so that you don't mess up over there.
Absolutely.
If you
Yes.
do it down there, then it becomes very messy.
Yes. So I've just done this particular petal a bit, and now I just want to add the highlights with this eraser.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful, beautiful. So you all can make out the fine strokes. This is not like rubbing it off. It's just to give that light feather touch strokes.
Also, in a lot of places where you're not, since I'm using a lot of charcoal in the background, I can just take a little pigments and then start uh, brushing it on other places. But if you're
Mm-hmm.
not doing something that is very dark, just beforehand, you can actually powder these charcoal and then just use it like a normal paint how you're using. Just dip your brush into it and then you can
Uh-huh.
paint it.
Okay, okay. Beautiful. I can already make out the beauty of the flower. So did you notice that she's working with the paper stump only, which has already kind of attracted a lot of pigment onto it without using any charcoal. That is really beautiful. And to make it look like a proper three-dimensional thing, you have to, can you give some tips for that realism?
Yes. So I think one of the important things in achieving realism is to understand where the source of light is, where the shadow is falling, and where you're supposed to put a highlight.
Hmm.
I'll just show a small demonstration of it. Uh, okay, I can just demonstrate it here. I'm just going to hide this and I'm going to do it. So, for example, if this is our source of light,
Hmm.
my highlight is going to be here, and this is where my shadow is going to fall. So this
Correct.
is just basically a ball that I'm drawing.
Hmm.
I already know that my shadow is going to be on the opposite side.
Correct. The cast shadow.
Yes. So this is just a small bottle. It's actually Polar Office bleaching empty bottle that I've used.
Okay. Nothing should be wasted, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So that's your cast shadow, right? The
Yes,
darkest, the darkest
yes.
portion of the shadow. Shadow also will have the umbra and the penumbra kind of a thing.
Right, right. And to make it as seamless as possible, try to use a brush itself. Because if you're going to use a tissue, you're going to apply pressure in a lot of areas. Or if you're going to use your hand, there are going to be a lot of oils that have been released with your hand that can damage the paper.
Right.
So this is the darkest part of my shadow.
Hmm.
Uh, this is going to be the highlighted section. and give it a 3D look. There are going to be other areas which is going to be highlighted.
Correct.
So I'm just going to draw the outline of those areas, and just that in mind, I'm going to color the rest of the portion with my paper stump.
Right. So then values of, first of all, where is the light source? That is extremely important, because we make a mistake. Most of the beginners, like we all have been in that position once upon a time,
Right.
that what we do is we try to make the most highlighted portion in the bang in the center of the object.
Exactly.
So that usually happens only if the light source is coming from the center, not otherwise.
You just have to go on, and the more amount of time that you're putting into a certain objects, I think it's going giving it more details.
Correct. In such a short time, you have already done so much.
And in the end, so this particular area of the object is not very focused, so I can
Okay.
just use my kneaded eraser,
Mm-hmm.
just knead it into the kind of
A
shape that
tip.
I want. Yes, and just so it's not going to give me a very sharp outline, a very soft kind of outline, but a clean one. And then
Right.
the very small ones, I can use my mono eraser and then add.
Hmm. So the value, basically the tone, the texture, and the value
Yes,
are very important elements of any charcoal sketching.
yes. So if you start with this particular thought in mind of the source of light, and since this is a very plain texture, it's not much. As you go more and more, like for example, the flower that we did, this is
Right.
going to have a lot of textures in it. So that you can
Right.
slowly achieve as you go on practicing, and then adding a lot of minute details into it. Like for example, a skin texture, it's going to be
Hmm.
very rough. So yeah, so for example, if you're going to do a skin texture on this particular place, I don't know if
Hmm.
you can appreciate this way. So you can just
I can
start by,
appreciate.
yeah, so you can just start by making very little spots in it.
Hmm.
So these will give you the texture of the porosities on your skin if you're going to give a very focused appearance on the skin.
If you are trying to do a hyper realistic skin,
Yes, yes, hyper realistic sketch, yes.
so can you get the flower
Yeah, yeah.
closer to the camera? Yes. So will you finish one or two petals with this?
Sorry?
Especially the petal part?
Yeah, yeah.
And I urge you all to visit www.artodontics.com, our website, where many more such artworks, awesome artworks, are displayed over there. And the proceedings of the sale is used for charity. So we are helping Rotary Club of Mumbai Kalakar carry out certain projects for the upliftment of the underprivileged. But I must urge you as of now to encourage and support our artodontists. Do go to the website, check out their artworks, and do give us a feedback onto how do you like it. And also very soon we are going to come back with something really awesome, which are going to be melodies of orthodontics, that is Sham e Muskan. Dr. Kumar Swami has taken a lot of efforts for putting it together, and I will declare the date soon. It will be on Facebook though, but later on we can download it and put it on Instagram also. It's turning out to be really beautiful. Like Dr. Preeti said earlier, guys, that if you want to show, like, everything is a two-dimensional thing when you are doing it. To make it three-dimensional, something that is behind has to be slightly darker and softer than the thing that is in front of you. Right, Preeti?
Exactly. I was just trying to add shadow of the petal that is on top onto the petal which is below.
Right. And Dr. Preeti's different kind of awesome works are also displayed on the website. Please do visit the website so that you will come to know the amount of talent that dentists possess.
I must say that orthodontics has really been a huge part of my life. I think it gave me the confidence, even though I had this page, it didn't give me the boost to go ahead with it. But that from the time that I did join orthodontics, it did change a little bit of my life.
I'm glad to know that. Happy to know that. And, you know, basically, this talent of yours, that's what I have been telling everybody, that the talent, we keep doing it for ourselves. I guess all dentists are artists in some or the other form. So when we are doing it, we just keep it somewhere in our cupboard. It's lying somewhere. But at least if we have it on the website, there are so many people visiting it. It is not only about selling. It is about also getting encouraged by more and more love that people show by visiting the website. It's the appreciation and the engagement that you get, which gives you a lot of satisfaction.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Now you can actually feel the petal coming this way. You can actually see the bloom of the petal. That's really beautiful, Preeti.
Thank you, ma'am. So even though I've completed that, somehow I'm not being satisfied by that, and I keep on adding details.
That is how we all are, right? So even when you are finishing your composite, you are doing like that, I'm sure.
Yes.
Because till the time the correct flushing doesn't happen, you're not satisfied with that.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make this area of the petal a little up, and I just wanted the end and the start of the part to be a little down. So I just tried to erase this part so that this is highlighted.
It's perfectly like your whatever you wanted to do is showing completely in that you can totally relate to it. That's what I said. Now the petal is looking like it is blooming from the center and coming out, looking really beautiful, really beautiful. And the negative space so dark is getting like getting the flower to life basically. So I'm turning on the comments. Let us see. Hey Kathy, hi. So nice to see you here. So Kathy has joined us from the US.
Okay. Hello.
Dhara. Yes, hi Dhara. Hi Neil. If you all have any questions for Dr. Preeti, just put it up in the comment box so that we can ask her. And if there is anything else you need to know from her, then too let me know. I can ask her. So tell me one thing, Preeti. Uh, can you mix, like for mixed media, can you mix it with any other medium comfortably without messing it
Uh,
up?
so you can, after you finish your charcoal thing, you can just use another acrylic or oil painting just to add in the highlights. But yeah, you cannot mix with the same
Okay.
medium. You can just give an addition to it.
But
Uh,
then on this, if you put oil or acrylic water, won't it smudge more?
yes, yes, definitely, it will see much more. You cannot put it on uh, the particular object that you're doing, but of course, in the sides, you can uh, do that. Another thing that I've just wanted to add is that we have white charcoal as well. So this you can use on toned papers, or
Okay.
you can mix it with your normal charcoal also to give it a little more grayish look.
Okay.
Like for example, if uh, I just want to add a bit highlights over here, because if you're using any other thing, it's not going to work on this charcoal.
Right.
And the texture of these white charcoals are exactly, it's like your chalk.
Hmm.
So it is also going to get smudged as easily as your charcoal itself.
Correct.
But it's going to be more prominent when your paper is dark.
Right. Right. And maybe on dark, like on black paper, you can do it with the white charcoal.
Yes, yes, yes. On toned paper, yes.
Hmm. The flower is looking really beautiful, Preeti. Come out really nice. Can you see how quickly she's doing all these things? That's only because of practice. It's all about practice, practice, and practice. The three P's, I guess, of any artwork.
Absolutely. I think when I started off, like I could see the improvement that happened over the years of doing this charcoal.
Right. It's looking so beautiful. Hi, Rohita. Hey, Priyanka. Hi. Uh, I guess Diptitude must be her name, isn't it? Yes. Really awesome. She's appreciating you.
Thank you so much.
So, Priyanka, soon you are going to be on this live showing us the mandala artwork. Hi, hi, Rohita. So, last Sunday we had a session by Rohita. Yeah, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
Alpha
Rohita is
art.
saying it is absolutely stunning.
Thank you so much.
Priyanka, get geared. You are next in line. So now you all have guessed that we are going to have the mandala artwork and the next artwork. Hi, Shruti. And for mandala, Priyanka has to do a lot of homework because there's a lot of homework to be done for mandala artwork. Yes, yes. Pentodontist, so I guess it is Kalpesh or Hiral. So she is also appreciating your work, saying it's beautiful work and that too in such less time. Totally agreed, totally agreed. Thank you,
Thank you, ma'am.
Vasudeva. I mean, on behalf of Dr. Preeti, of course, is saying it is absolutely beautiful. Hi, Shilpa. Now, Priyanka, start doing your homework. We'll discuss more about it. How many people would like to have the mandala workshop? Tell me. And Dr. Priyanka is an ace artist for mandala. She's absolutely awesome with her mandala artwork. This is so beautiful. You have almost completed the entire artwork in our set time. I was a little worried when you said you will be able to finish, but knowing how difficult it is to go through it, yes, guys, come on. Tell me how many of you would want the mandala artwork? Yes, yes, Sheikh, it is absolutely awesome work.
So if you can see, we had started from the top and from the left hand side. If you're, you need to understand what side are you going to start from. If you're a right-handed person or a left-handed person.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's beautiful. Hey, thanks, Rohita, Pravina. Pravina, soon I'm going to get in touch with you as well. Great, Shilpa. Dotted mandala. Okay, we will come back with dotted mandala as well. As of now, I guess Priyanka will be with proper the line mandala. Yes, she's doing amazing work. Right.
And I think you can just go on doing whatever we've done from this side. And I think the more details that you're going to add in it, the more live and hyper realistic it's going to seem like.
Right. Yes, Raj Arts. Yes, absolutely. She's doing amazing. Can you focus a bit more onto the artwork? Yes, that's really beautiful. And sometimes you have to tell yourself, कि अभी बस करो. Now, don't touch it anymore.
Yes, yes. I think that with every artist, they do have this problem.
or the family people tell you, okay, enough now, just get off it.
Yes.
And does it happen with you? At times it happens with me that maybe you've done a good job, but then still you're still not satisfied. You keep doing it and then you ruin it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Adu Menon, yes, she's doing real beautiful work. That's almost complete and it's looking so beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, Rohita also agrees with us. Now tell me one more thing, Preeti.
Yes, ma'am.
What besides charcoal do you work with any other medium besides charcoal?
Sorry.
Do you work with any other medium besides charcoal?
I
I
do a lot of oil painting also, but I am very partial towards charcoal.
okay. Hi Rutuja, hi Prajakta. We all have a favorite baby, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. And even in charcoal, I am very inclined to making portraits because
I
I
know,
don't know.
I know. So that is why I was urging
Yeah,
people to connect to www.artodontics.com so they can see more of artworks that are displayed out there by you. Simply beautiful. Simply beautiful. And the petals behind are also looking divine. Absolutely, like, they are not merging with the background, yet standing out. I don't know how to explain this beauty.
I think
Hey,
with a little
Nikhil.
more tweaks here and there, it should look good. Just because we had that time constraint, I just wanted to give the idea of how to use this medium.
Right, right, right. Absolutely beautiful. Isn't it, Girish? Yes. Hi, Pratik, Nikhil. So nice to see you, Nikhil. Yes, Nikhil is appreciating you. Superb, you're saying. So Nikhil is a financial advisor, Nikhil Chitalia. And he gives lot of advices on finance on his Instagram handle. Can you just put your Instagram handle's name out here? Instagram handle, Nikhil. Can you put it in the comment box? Hi, Omeo. Hi,
All
Ameya.
right.
Yes, Ameya is saying too good.
Thank you, Dr. Maya.
Beautiful. So I've turned off the commenting once again because I didn't want to ruin the beauty of the picture. As of now, I'll turn it on once again after a while. That's absolutely awesome. So how long do you normally take to make portraits?
So maybe about in a 2 days time, each day 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But because of we are balancing our work also, it becomes very difficult for us to
Yeah,
give
I
this
must tell you all,
3 hours.
Dr. Preeti is a very hardworking girl. So she works from 9 to 9 and yet finds time for sketching. Really commendable. I guess we will leave it to that and then,
Yes. Or
put up a picture of the completed artwork. So can I
yes.
see your pretty face once again? Yeah, there you are. So beautiful, beautiful. It was absolutely awesome work, Preeti. Absolutely awesome.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. I think
And
I wouldn't have done this if it was not for orthodontics and your motivation that has happened over the period of time. So all thanks to you, ma'am.
thank you so much for being so modest and kind. I would really, that's what I always feel. We all can do so much more together. So much more. Uh, I don't know. Suraj Nair is your brother.
Yes.
So I guess is it by mistake that he wants to join in?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Okay, okay. Escapades, I don't know the real name. Escapades and more, yes, you can see the comments now yourself also, I think. Hi, hi. It's beautiful, says Pravina. Thank you so much, Pravina. And thank you guys for joining in and making our day so fruitful. And it's very nice and warm on Sunday evenings to have you all around with us. Feels like a big family.
Yes.
Shanti, I don't know how to pronounce this. Thank you so much. So thank you once again, Preeti, for being with us and giving out the tips and tricks of the basics of charcoal. I'm sure if people want to know more about it, they can always get back to us. Like they can write in the comment box. Even on our orthodontics page, please like and follow and visit the website. Thank you guys. Thank you, Preeti, once again. Would you like to
Thank you,
say
ma'am.
something to our audience?
Uh, I think I was pretty nervous about doing this, but I really liked today's session. I think yeah, and yeah, it was pretty good.
Good, great. So, bye then. See you next Sunday evening once again. If I'm busy with Durga Puja preparations, may not be next Sunday, maybe the Sunday thereafter. Bye bye. Happy festivities, all of you. See you all. Love you.